Blessings. Yo, welcome to Life's Place. I had to formulate how to say it, but it's the continuation of, I guess this is part 6 or 7. I forgot how many is on there. When it comes to Eve at the table, chopped up in pieces, put that together, bless you, pulling out the playbook to the other concubines on how to be Eve, where she has to find, well, Eve at this point, in this part of the story, she's still holding herself up in pieces, bless you. And she's still all stitched up. She's holding on to herself, but she still does not want to find herself because she's sitting at the table with the rest of the concubines, waiting for Adam to come home and to give a piece of him to them. And it's like the rule book is set up to submission. The rule book is set up for acceptance of anything. But their playbook is teaching the young of whoever. Oh man, this is how the shit keeps going. It's like they pull out the playbook on how to keep a man instead of how to find God. Whereas Lilith found God, and she's, in her jungle of everything that she needs, including the waterfall that is still dripping off of Adam's body. But when he goes back to Eve and the concubines at the table chopping it up, he is going to look at himself because that is the future, regardless of the lessons he learned through each and every one of those concubines. It's the same thing that Lilith learned, the value of self. And those that are sitting at the table with Eve, chopped up to pieces, holding themselves together to make them feel better because of the fact that they were taking pieces away from Lilith to be a mimic of Lilith. But they don't have her stability. They don't have her foundation. They don't have her essence. They don't have her experience. But they're holding on to the pieces of what she is in order to entice Adam. But at the same time, she's still holding on to his phallus. But the love between Adam and Lilith requires none of that because the intimacy is much deeper than the waters that he's actually been swimming in. Wow, this is so much more deeper. And that's the part that Eve can't get too when it comes to herself because she has to get through all of the stitches, through all of the wounds and the scars that she still has left to heal. Whereas the seeds that were already birthed has the choices in front of them, but that's Adam's choice when it comes to the direction because he's the lead. Which way do you lead the generation after when it comes to him? It's like it's the weirdest experience when it comes to the differences of the masculine feminine and the feminine that's in her feminine. Where the masculine, well, the feminine that's in her masculine is much more unbalanced as to who she is because she's not leading herself more so than following man, more so than the Most High. It's like Adam is off to find himself. Lilith already found himself. Eve is still at the table, finding herself through the concubines and writing a playbook. And that's the kitchen magic. That's all the old folklore, witchy shit to keep them. That's the period blood. That's the fucking putting pee in the drinks and making sure that all the friends speak the same conversations as to, y'all should stay together type of shit. But again, she's still left in pieces. And she's teaching that to whatever seeds that she has, how to stay in pieces in order to feel whole. When, oh wow, when Adam decides to choose her, but Adam is choosing everyone else. But the thing is, she has to choose herself. But she's not taught to choose herself. She's taught to wait for me. She's a good amount of what the hell Eve's role really seems like to me is to make and create ladies in waiting, waiting for anything to be held and stabilized, waiting for anyone to protect them instead of teaching. It's like some teach yeah, there you go. Some teach the streets and some teach the sheets. Wow, wow. To keep a man, you feed him. but also to keep a man, you feed him what parts of you, and that's where the bodily fluids come in. They're teaching them the lower depths of themselves that's unhealed and still wounded. Therefore, the creation of She will be just as wounded. But that's the generational curses that she endured onto the lineage because of the wounds. Wow. So it's the same thing over and over again. It depends on what table you sit at to learn. You're either learning the lower depths of yourself to chop it up and chop everyone up at the table and stay chopped up into the many pieces, or get up from the table where you're actually eating beneficial foods to keep you whole. Wow. Anyways, yo, I will formulate another conversation. Have a good one. Note the most I got you. Bye.